Spamton is an interesting fellow, isn't he? With his strange parallels to Chris and the player, his unusual knowledge of meta-elements and cryptic hints to the greater lore, there's a lot to unpack. But today I'd like to draw attention to a particularly interesting line of dialogue in his shop, as it may hold the key to another character's fate. Taken on its own, it's already mysterious enough. Was Spamton calling for help? Clinging to sanity for a brief moment? Or was someone else speaking through him? I have reason to believe it's the latter, and for that I'd like to draw attention to this cut text from Chapter 1. Where am I? Hello? Anyone? Is anybody out there? Someone? Anyone? Can anyone hear me? It's dark. It's so dark in here. Someone, anyone, if you can hear me, say something, please. This text was important enough to be translated into Japanese, according to the cutting room floor. If you connect it to Spamton's dialogue, it seems like it could very well be the same person, and that they're talking to either Chris or to us. Furthermore, this hidden text can be found in Chapter 2 as well, but it's changed. No one can hear me, can they? I guess not. To be honest, I'm not even sure I can hear myself. It's so quiet here, and yet, sometimes, I hear something like scratching? I believe these messages are all connected, with the unused text hidden specifically for data miners. Toby knows by now that people will dig through the files of his games, and likely left them as a fun surprise. But with Spamton's dialogue, I believe they are clues to a bigger mystery in Deltarune's story. So, who is speaking? It's my belief that this may be Des Holiday, Noelle's older sister. Not a lot is known about Des at this time, but there are clues that something has happened to her. Some believe she died, others believe she is missing. Des is mentioned many times by Noelle and others, but the curious thing about this particular scene is the puzzle that spells out December. Many have taken this to mean that December is Des's full name, fitting with Noelle and Rudy's holiday-themed naming scheme. And we learn in Birdley's flashback that December was the word Noelle struggled to spell, falling silent. In her room, there are calendars where the only date is December 25th. Some have theorized that this is a result of Noelle repeatedly searching the name of her sister, December Holiday. There's further evidence of this when you check her room and find many searches that Queen could not fulfill. We know Noelle has some greater emotional baggage, as she is said to go to the convenience store and stand in front of the freezers. Her family situation is extremely delicate, with her father in critical condition and her mother cold and strict. Noelle is scared to even go to her mother when she loses the key to the house. But she speaks of her sister in a fond, nostalgic manner, but also in a way that suggests that she is no longer in her life. The song Lost Girl has interesting implications in its names. What if Noelle isn't the Lost Girl, but Des is? Toby did say on Twitter that the song would play even when Noelle isn't around. Furthermore, what if Des isn't merely missing, but trapped in a dark world? Or perhaps even the bunker? We know that Chris has trauma related to the bunker, and while the details are unclear at this time, perhaps something happened years ago involving the bunker and both the Dreamers and the Holidays. Perhaps Chris and Des saw something inside, but only Chris escaped. We know Asgore was moved from his position as police chief. We know the mayor views the police as an obstacle, if Alfie's word is to be taken at face value. Des's disappearance could have carved a rift between the two families, driven Toriel and Asgore to divorce, and left a shadow lingering over the town, acknowledged by very few people. Wouldn't it be interesting if the lyrics to Don't Forget were from Des's perspective? Not dead, but trapped, whether in the bunker or in the darkness itself. With so few shreds of information to go off of, it's hard to say, but I'm curious what you guys think. Please share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I'm still collecting footage and replaying Deltarune for some larger projects, but I hope to do some bigger character analyses and theory pieces in the future, as well as some content related to Inverted Fate. Maybe I'll branch out and do some analyses for Kingdom Hearts 2. I've had a script on Terra from Birth by Sleep on my Patreon for a while, and if you want to see that and other cool content, you can head on over to the link in my description. I also want to give a huge shout out to Rainy D for providing me with a ton of Deltarune footage. Her kindness in re-recording Chapter 2 scenes has saved me a lot of time, and I'm extremely grateful for the help she provided.